What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Just a friendly reminder, I've started a Twitter account at TokYo-Yo Reviews where you're going to find basic updates on the channel, and I've also started an Instagram, TokYo-Yo Reviews, where you'll find videos, trick circles, pictures of yo-yos I'm throwing that day, stories, and maybe some other surprises as well. So please check those out. Again, Twitter at TokYo-Yo Reviews and Instagram, TokYo-Yo Reviews. Thanks for watching and enjoy the video. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of TokYo-Yo Reviews. So a couple things I just wanted to mention before we get into it. If you're new to the channel, basically I review yo-yos. I do tutorials sometimes, other stuff, unboxings and things. Now I know like reviews can be very subjective, so I don't want anybody to think that what I say I think is like fact. Everybody's different, so what I like other people may not like, or what I hate other people may love. Another thing about the channel is that I'm no expert, and you can probably tell by the tricks I do on this channel. I'm learning. I'm trying to get like one new trick in every review, but I don't have a lot of time at home. In fact, this is probably going to be my only free hour today. But I understand that it may be a little strange for someone at my skill level to be reviewing yo-yos, which can do a lot more than I'm able to do with them. Basically, you're going to spend your money no matter what, right? But my goal is to try to help people spend their money in a way that will help them more. I fell into that hole that the new people fall into, which is you buy a yo-yo thinking it's going to help you do a certain thing, and it doesn't. And that's the same with anything, not just yo-yos. I'm kind of trying to help other people figure out how they can spend their money better. So that's kind of where I'm at. So yeah, I know I suck. But anyway, let's get into today's review. Due to the poll in my last review for the Edge, I asked people what they wanted to see, and the two that were highest at the time of this recording was Surprise Me or CLYW, and I thought, why not surprise you with CLYW? So we're going to be talking about the Yeti 2.0 today. So has this monster of a yo-yo done everything that it set out to accomplish, or has it not yet reached its full potential? Okay, so let's get into it with the Yeti here. So the shape is a V, I would say, but actually the more I look at it, it's very reminiscent of the mantis, actually, like a plastic mantis. But I would say this is a V shape with rounded edges. It's very large as well. The cup, you've got, glossy in here, and then you've got the axle nipple thingy, and I put the little green stickers on there. The material is a polycarbonate, a plastic, and the inside here has been blasted, I believe they said, so that you can grind, and you can definitely feel the difference. It's glossy out here and it's a little more matte in here. The feel is oversized, and that's the point. Probably why they use the name Yeti, but I actually don't mind that. I think it's a very comfortable yo-yo, but I have big hands. I've mentioned that before. And the look of the yo-yo, I love green, as I've mentioned. I think it's really, really a nice look, and I like the translucent. The other Yetis come in solid colors, but this one, I just love clear yo-yos. I like that you can kind of see through. You can see the string. You can see kind of the axle system in there, which is cool. And then the engravings here, you've got the Yeti here. You've got Made in China over here. And then you've got designed by CLYW here. There you go. So the history of this yo-yo. So there was another Yeti before this. As I said, this is the Yeti 2.0. It wasn't the yo-yo they wanted it to be. It had some problems. So they kind of scrapped the idea and stopped making it. But then they came back to it a few years later, and this was the result. And I guess, according to what people say, it's much more successful. And I feel like the CLYW yo-yos are pretty fun to play. I only have plastic ones. I've actually never ever thrown a metal CLYW before. Mostly because they're usually out of my price range. And especially in Japan, they tend to get up pretty high. You rarely see a CLYW below 100 USD. And if you do, it's usually not one of the newer ones, and some of them can get up even higher than that. Just like the Big Dipper, it's a very interesting and unique a very interesting and unique shape, especially for a plastic. The size and the shape are very forgiving. As I mentioned, this is a large yo-yo. It's very oversized, I feel, which makes it really good for learning slacks and kind of whipping around, which I've been getting into some whips and slacks recently, and I've been trying to practice with bigger yo-yos, and this one does help with that. Having a big large area to hit the string with is very helpful. As I mentioned, the gap is blasted for grinding, so you can get your finger in there. It's not the best grinder, but it's definitely better than like a glossy polycarbonate like most plastics. And I feel like, yeah, that is kind of an interesting expense to go through for a plastic. Probably the biggest question people have when a plastic comes out is always, does it grind? Does it grind? Did you bone blast it? Did you sandblast it? Is it blasted? And I think a lot of plastics don't do that because it's kind of like, well, you're getting a plastic, so why would you want to do that with it? And you could just get a metal for, you know, 40, 50 bucks anyway, or 30 bucks or 10 bucks if you're looking at Magic Yo-Yo, that can do grinding just fine. But I think it's interesting that they chose that with the Yeti, and the big gap does facilitate grinds pretty well. And the only thing, I guess, it's probably not the best finger spinner, not just because of the axle hub here, but it is glossy inside, so your finger does move around a bit. But I think if you got it kind of orbiting, it might be okay. It depends on your skill, I'm sure. I've not been able to do it very successfully, so. But yeah, I do think the Yeti is interesting. This and the Big Dipper are good entry levels into CLYW's throws. With the Big Dipper, as I mentioned, it's based on one of the metal CLYWs. I think if you want to see what all the CLYW talk is about and you're not willing to spend the $100 or more to see, this can be a good way to check out what they're doing. Pros and cons of the CLYW Yeti 2.0. It's huge. As I've said, I love oversized yo-yos. Big yo-yos are my favorite. Big Bang, probably my favorite plastic. Actually, not probably, that is my favorite plastic. That thing is enormous, bigger than this. So I do love big yo-yos. Green, awesome, love the green. Green's my favorite color, and this nails it, the emerald green translucence. I think it's a good price as well. Like the Big Dipper, it's pretty affordable. That said, they are more expensive for plastics. You can get a replay for 15 bucks or less a lot of times, and you can get Magic Yo-Yos like the N5, N8, N12, April, M002 for half this price. So it's kind of depends on what you're going for. I think the engravings are really nice, minimalistic. They don't get in the way of the play, which is cool. As for the cons of the Yeti, I've heard people complain that it doesn't really finger spin well, but I think if you want a plastic that can finger spin, you already know which one you should get. So I don't think that's really what this is going for. One thing I've noticed recently, after I got this out again, spin times were extremely short. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. It's similar to how I said with the Big Dipper. So I'm not sure if it's a CLYW thing. I'm not sure if I need to break the pads in some more, if it's like rubbing up against the string. But I am finding that I'm having to rush through, and then I'm barely getting through my combos with enough time to get the yo-yo back. Don't know if it's just me or not. I'm throwing plenty hard, so I don't know what it is. And the price, like I said, it's about 30 bucks. This one is, I think, almost 40 when I got it. $35 or $40 in Japan. Like I said, CLYWs are priced higher in Japan. You can get really, really great metal yo-yos for that price too. So it kind of depends on what you're going for. You're getting the boutique brand, the CLYW. You're getting a really cool throw in plastic, but you can also get something in full metal. So do your research. If you want something in CLYW, you want it plastic, get it. If you're looking for something metal and you're looking for something with long spin times, you can get things for that price too. So it just depends on what you're looking for. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I can't believe now I'm up at like 200 something, 230 subscribers when I was filming this. That's pretty awesome. You know, I'm putting a lot of work into this, and I'm just glad that I've been just building this up little by little, and I'm just happy that people are enjoying it too. So keep the likes coming, keep the comments coming, tell your friends. Thanks a lot. Anyway, guys, thanks, take care, have a good day, and sayonara.